Coterminal angles. What coterminal means is that they have the same end point. And after the first example, we can hopefully see what this means. 305 degrees will be starting at 0, going up and around past 270 degrees, where 270 degrees is straight down, and then it's an extra 35 degrees past that. Here would be about 305 degrees. Negative 55 degrees is starting from 0, going in the negative direction 55 degrees, and 55 degrees, how far away is that from 90 degrees? 55 to 90 is a difference of 35. 270 to 305 is a difference of 35. So both of these angles, the orange one and the green one, measured from this portion right here, they both have a 35 degree difference from that directly straight down axis. So since you could go in the positive direction 305 degrees or in the negative direction negative 55 degrees and end up with the same amount of spacing for that angle, those are called coterminal. Let's try this one. Negative 170 degrees would be going in the negative direction almost 180 degrees, but not quite. There would be a 10 degree space between this ray and 180, negative 180. That would be a 10 degree space. 30 degrees is it's in the positive direction up here, 1/3 of the way to the 90 degrees. So this one has a 30 degree spacing between 0, but it's nowhere close to negative 170. So no, these are not coterminal. And this 0 went with 0 degrees. Okay. Let's draw this. And then let's put a full circle. A full circle would be 0, and it would be 2 pi. Half of a circle would be pi. Going straight up is halfway between, going straight up is halfway from 0 and pi. So straight up is called pi over 2. They want us to do pi over 4, so that means they want us to cut this first quadrant in half, and that's pi over 4, because it's 1/4 of the way of half of a circle, which would be pi. Negative 9 pi over 4. Okay, that's a big negative. Let's just convert that to a mixed number real quick. 4 fits in a 9 2 times, and then that would leave you with 1/4 of pi left over. According to this, 2 pi's makes a full circle. So if we go in this negative direction, we would go negative 2 pi's, and then we would go 1/4 more. And that would put us down here. Negative 2 and 1/4 pi's, which does not have the same ending point as pi over 4. So this one, these are not coterminal. Hopefully this next one is. If we draw a circle, then the start of that circle is 0 and 2 pi. halfway across the circle is going to be pi. Straight up is going to be pi over 2. Going straight down is another pi over 2 after pi, which makes 3 pi over 2. And that's what they want for our first angle. Our first angle, they want it to go straight down 3 pi over 2 away from 0. Negative 5 pi over 2. If we convert this to a mixed number, 2 fits in a 5. Negative 2 and 1/2 of pi left over. For negative 2.5 pi, that means we're going the negative direction. 2 pi's is a full circle. And then to go a half of a pi, that last half, we would need to go, let's see, so from 0 to this half of the circle is a full pi, and we just need to go a half of pi. So then once we're back at 0, we will just go 1/4 of a circle. And this one finally overlaps again. So 3 pi over 2 and negative 2.5 pi, those are coterminal. Give 2 coterminal angles for each one of these, one positive and one negative. Look at these numbers. Imagine where it is, or draw where it is. 150 degrees, 0, 90, 180. 150 is around here. 150 degrees in the positive direction would be the same thing as negative 180 plus an extra 30. So it would be the same thing as negative 210 degrees. Or it says a different angle. It doesn't say it has to be in degrees. So if I make this in radians, then 90 degrees is pi over 2 radians. 180 degrees is pi. So in between pi over 2 and pi, let's just do the regular conversion. 150 times, and let's look at what we did earlier. We need to do a times 2 pi and divided by 360. 150 times 2 pi divided by 360. The zeros cancel. The 2 will change this to be an 18. We'll get a 15 pi over half of 36 is 18, which reduces to, they both have a 3 in common, 5/6 of pi. Let me box those. 150 degrees is the same thing as negative 210 degrees or 5 pi over 6 radians. 25 wants negative 25 degrees. Negative 25 would be in the 4th quadrant. If we go the positive direction, then we are almost 360 degrees. We would just be 25 degrees away from 360, which would be 300, almost at 360, 25 away, 335. Because that should be 360 minus 25. Or, for the radian method, we gotta take this thing and multiply it by something. Negative 25 degrees times 2 pi over 360. I think I'll actually multiply the 25 and the 2 to make a 50. 25 and 2 makes 50. Then the zeros can cancel. 5 over 36 maybe we should leave it like that. Where it's 5 over 36 with the pi on top. 5 pi over 36. I forgot to put it, but there should be a negative sign in front of the 5 pi over 36. Ooh, now we go radians to the other ones. Okay. Pi over 12. 0. Straight up is pi over 2. Pi over 12. Let's convert this pi over 2 real quick. If we convert pi over 2 into twelfths, then straight up would be pi over 12. Half of 12 is 6. 6 pi over 12. And we're going a single pi over 12. So this angle is 1/6 of the way to 6 pi over 12. So for radians, you just have to be good with proportions and changing your fractions, which you might need to practice. Then, since this is the positive version of the radian, let's find the negative version of the radian. Starting from 0, we're going to go almost a full circle. A full circle would be 2 pi, but we're going to leave out the last pi over 12. We're trying to subtract a fraction that uses 12 as the bottom. Then this one needs to have a bottom of 12. 2 pi, if we're cutting it into twelfths, would be the same thing as 24. So 24 pi over 12 minus pi over 12 makes 23 pi over 12. So this is one angle. To find the other one, let's take this pi over 12 and just convert it to degrees. To convert a radian to a degree, multiply by 180, divide by pi. 180 over pi. Pi's cancel. 12 fits into 180. I feel like we did this one earlier. I did. I think it was 15. Okay. We'll use a calculator anyway. 15. Which matches, from the start, it was supposed to be a little sliver of an angle, and 15 degrees is a little tiny guy of an angle. 7 pi over 6, 0, pi over 2, pi, 3 pi over 2, 7 pi over 6, 6 fits into 7, 1 and 1/6 pi times. So 7 pi over 6 is a little bit past pi. And we actually figured out this much earlier. 1/6 of pi. We did that one right here. We did the negative version, but if we just make it a positive 30 degrees, then we'll know. So 7 pi over 6 is 180 because it's a little bit more than halfway, plus 30 degrees, which is 210 degrees in the normal mode of degrees. Going in the negative direction, well, if this space here is 30 degrees, because pi over 6, this pi over 6 right here makes that extra 30, then we are almost halfway of a circle. We're just 30 degrees less than halfway, which would be a negative 150 degrees. If you don't understand that one, maybe you could just use the conversion and then use your calculator. Negative 11 pi over 18. Let's just go straight to the conversion. 180 on top, divide by pi on the bottom, so that way the pi's cancel out. 18 and 18. Well, this will leave a 10. negative 11 times 10, negative 110 degrees. Negative 110 is a little bit past negative 90. It's going to be 20 degrees past it. If we convert it to the positive angle, let's see. So this red one, the red one is negative 110. So then the orange one is going to be 110 less than 360. And that'll be 250. So negative 110 in the negative direction, or positive 250 degrees in the positive direction. All right, that was a lot of examples. You should be able to do this first page of homework, converting to radians, converting to degrees, finding coterminal angles. The video notes for the degrees, minutes, and seconds page is pretty straightforward, so I'm just going to link it in the Schoology from the other YouTube lady.